Hi, I'm Danny Kaishbal, and I will be reviewing the Social Dilemma documentary from Netflix. Um, so there are many subjects that are talked about in the documentary, but I wanted to expand on the subject of psychology more than anything. Um, our society has been impacted the most by the improvement of technology, not only for our everyday routines, but our psychological health also. Um, Many of Generation Z children and adolescents have been impacted the most by this uh, technology boost this generation, especially in the forms of social media. Now, as a child, you grow up, and the first step to independence is identity. Now, the the definition of identity that I took or that I'm using today is Erik Erikson's conception of identity, and that is that forming an identity in adolescence and young adulthood involves exploring alternative roles, values, goals, and relationships, and eventually committing to a realistic agenda for life that productively situates a person in the adult world of work and love. Now, that is how a child's uh, development is supposed to go, right? You're supposed to learn values, goals, what role you work in the family, in life, just kind of in society. Um, but this has been very changed by the introduction of social media. Nowadays, social media is a big part of a child's development, right? So as everything is out there, a child's social reputation becomes one of the bigger things within a child's childhood, and that can harm a child's self esteem. Um, a self esteem is the extent to which a person feels that he or she is worthy and good, and as humans, we are not equipped to take the input of a mass scale like social media, right? You have anyone that can follow you or anything like that, and it just can become too much for a person. And for people who who get into social media and they like post every day and everything, this is because dopamine is released whenever they get likes or thumbs up or something, and that leads the individual like that kind of like it's kind of like a high sort of for the individual, and so they they tend to post more in the search for more dopamine, and so this leads to them never being satisfied. It leaves a bigger hole in them than when they started, and this is can become a social media addiction. um, yeah, thank you for listening to my little review.